Well met, adventurers, and welcome back to Unteachable's Journey, a challenge series where an egotistical Blood Elf Paladin takes on Azeroth with only his own knowledge and abilities. Now, World of Warcraft is built on teachers, class trainers, profession trainers, even other players. Now, this character refuses all of it. No class trainers, no professions, no grouping, just pure ego. This is Unteachable's Journey, and Unteachable here is going to help answer one simple question. Can you beat World of Warcraft without learning anything? Alright, just a couple of discussion points I wanted to go over with you all while we're getting started that I honestly forgot to even include in episode 1. So first of all, just going over the add-ons that are used throughout this journey. First of all, Questy. Of course, this is just a classic WoW staple until the Cataclysm era, and honestly this just streamlines the challenge as we go through it. And second add-on is Dialogue UI. This just makes the quests easier to read and honestly just a little bit more immersive, I would say. So that's all we're using in terms of add-ons, nothing else. Just keeping it simple. Second, I just wanted to go over the goals of the challenge for myself and Unteachable. So I know that I asked the question of can I beat WoW without learning anything, but really it's kind of vague, hard to define, so I'll just break it down into some simple points about what I want to accomplish. So first of all, I want to eventually reach max level, which will soon be 70 with the Burning Crusade officially coming out in the Classic Realms here. Second, I would like to experience Azeroth and quest throughout the Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor as much as possible. Third, I would like to walk through the Dark Portal into Outland and quest through each of those zones. And lastly, the ultimate goal for Unteachable, that maybe, just maybe, throughout this journey, Unteachable will begin to have some sort of humility about him. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and move into today's episode. Before embarking on our questing today, I'd like to stop by Silvermoon City and discover that for the first time. Let's go ahead and set our inn, and honestly that's about all we can do here besides bank access, so let's just get back out there.
Keep your wits about you.
So first, the instructor compares students to sheep. Well, you know, Unteachable agrees with that sentiment, and that's part of why he would never become one. Only dumb people learn new things.
Ironic.
It says that we've learned a valuable lesson today, but honestly, Unteachable has learned nothing, but since you're giving him a bag, he's in.
The reckoning is at hand.
So let's go ahead and use that wand that the instructor gave us and laugh at the misfortunes of these poor apprentices. Alright, so we pick up this quest to take out some mana beings, and while doing so, we notice a spy that we decide to eliminate, and we pick up some incriminating documents which contain maps of strategic buildings within Eversong Woods. So upon turning that in, looks like we should take it to Captain Sunbrand in Falconwing Square for some additional instructions.
Shorelaran.
So it turns out the language that these documents are written in is actually in Dwarven, and Captain here informs us that it's the envoy from Ironforge scouting it out. So let's go ahead and ding to level 8 and then pay him a visit. Alright, and there he is, waiting for us. Let's just tell him we need a moment of his time. Can he hurry up to meet his fate?
Great to meet you.
Alright, great, thanks. Here's that head you wanted.
Farewell.
Oh, looks like we're going to go back out and deal with the wretched some more.
Keep your wits about you.
Before we do, let's check out that upgrade. That's a nice sword.
Shorelaran.
Alright, so upon returning to the instructor, yeah, we don't care about their apprenticeships. We didn't ask. But we do care about that back upgrade, so thanks, appreciate it.
Remember the sun well.
Alright, and arriving at Fairbreeze Village, we have a number of quests to take here, so I think a quick montage is in order. Alright, we've got a lot to do, so let's go. Alright, so let's start at the Dead Scar. This is pretty simple. Just gotta kill some Scourge and collect some soil. Alright, and during our time at the Dead Scar here, we've kind of been punching above our weight class with these wraiths, but let's just go ahead and see what happens here.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Well, there it is, adventurers. Unteachable's first death and first corpse run. Could this be the start of cracking that ego? Who knows? Probably not. It's just the first one, but we'll see. Here's that soil you wanted.
We will have justice.
Alright, Dean's level 9, and we need to face a 3-mob encounter here, but hey, we're stronger. What could go wrong? Wow. So somehow we got super lucky to avoid a second death so soon, but that was rough. I'm not gonna lie.
Stay the course.
Alright, so unfortunately it looks like that research that was conducted on the soil concludes that the damage the Dead Scar caused is irreversible. Well, that's a shame, but at least it holds solid lore that... Oh, never mind. Looks like it's getting repaired in midnight.
Well, might as well throw these in the fire.
The dark.
Alright, we trade our pelts here from the Spring Paws for a nice chest upgrade. Just can't get away from those spell crystals. I mean, Unteachable still hates them, and so do I. So this guy just wants us to travel across Eversong Woods to get all of his party favors.
Keep your
I
wits
mean, we'll do it, but how annoying. Alright, so here at the shipyard, we need to take out the ringleader of the wretched, so let's go ahead and do that. Here's our pull, and got a little bit more here than we bargained for, but let's see how it goes. Alright, not bad. And head secured. And honestly, guys, Unteachable's ideas are getting out of hand, and I hope he feels some embarrassment for that one. I mean, anything to crack that ego at this point. However, whatever embarrassment he may have felt during that fall, it won't last long, because while killing these Murlocs, something huge happened. That's right, Unteachable just dinged to level 10, which means talents are now unlocked. After much debate, after looking at the talents, we're just going to focus on the Retribution tree for now. There are a lot of really nice upgrades throughout this tree that I'm eyeing to take, and I think this goes without saying, but I won't be following any talent guides because well, this isn't exactly a normal playthrough, so selecting traditional talents would probably just be worthless for the most part. That being said, our first few talent points will be slotted into Benediction, which reduces the mana cost of our Judgment and Seal spells. Now, this isn't too game-changing since we don't even have Judgment, but it's better than taking the one that increases the attack power from Blessing of Might, since we can't even have that. And while killing these Murlocs, we retreat to quest pickup for something else that Captain Calisandra lost, so we'll be sure to get our reward for that as well. Alright, so after the initial Murloc quest, we get one for the Ring of Murgle, a Murloc chieftain that slayed this guy's friend, and so he'd like that ring back. And that is one big Murloc, so let's just see how we do against him.
What?
Alright, very nice. That honestly went better than I expected.
We will persevere.
Here's that ring you wanted.
We will have justice.
And these rewards are nothing we can use, so we'll just take the highest valued item and vendor it.
The reckoning is at hand.
Alright, and arriving back to see the captain and turn in our quests here, we got some decent coin and some pretty nice XP.
We will have justice. What business have you?
And up at Farstrider Retreat,
Run.
looks like they want us to defend the land from the Amani trolls, so we're tasked with taking some out. More specifically, the blacksmith trainer here wants us to take out an Amani weaponsmith, and she'll craft us a weapon if we bring back his hammer, so who are we to say no to that? And just a quick detour up north, we are tasked with deactivating the spire here and finding the groundskeeper.
The reckoning is at hand.
I gotta hand it to the Blood Elves. These stairs are pretty wicked. Of course, I should have known. Gotta deal with these spell crystals in their eyes again. Unteachable got so distracted with the crystals that this pull was extremely risky. Honestly, the last second potion saved us here. At this point, let's just finish up the crystals and get out of here. Alright, found the groundskeeper. He's not dead, so instead he needs us to kill mana serpents and ether fiends, which honestly should be a fairly simple task for Unteachable. Well, I guess I spoke too soon. This is Unteachable's second death, and honestly, this was just a complete error on my part, and due to my inability to click the health potion, I went ahead and replaced the ice cold milk with the potions on the hotbar, so hopefully we won't have any more casualties like that. Alright, so after that little mishap, we clean up the grounds fairly quickly and head on our way. Real quick, just taking a pit stop here at Silvermoon City to pick up the last of the party favors, which is some Sun Touch Special Reserve. Sounds fancy. Alright, and returning to the host, I mean, he's generous enough, I guess you could say, to invite Unteachable to the party, in which we are able to indulge on a number of items. Unteachable here is only interested in having a drink or two. Or four. Poor guy can't even walk straight after that. Alright, so now we're tasked to defy the Lorax again and cut down some trees. And it was here that I noticed how slow the combat is becoming. I mean, this tree is 2 levels under us and it can take quite a few swings before we take it down. This might prove troublesome later, but we'll see. And has been the recurring theme for Unteachable so far, but got extremely lucky to be able to get this old white bark spawn without another group present. But let's just see how this encounter goes. Not gonna lie, I got a little spooked at the end with some of those hits, but we made it. And we picked up a pendant for an additional quest, and also a cloak upgrade that doubles as a fashion upgrade. Looking good. So it turns out that pendant we picked up was one that Lariana gave to Old Whitebark as a keepsake, and it's now up to us to ensure his spirit is put to rest. So we catch the tail end of somebody doing the task already and take slight advantage of the situation to fulfill our task. Alright, and taking out one last tree brings us to level 12, so we apply our talent point once again into Benediction. Alright, so here we stumble upon a courier who has definitely seen better days, but this apothecary thinks we can save him. It does require going into the Ghostland, so it's not exactly a matter of urgency for Unteachable. After all, he has some other things he'd rather take care of first. One of those things being taking care of this runestone, which honestly I thought that this quest would be a little bit harder considering the multiple race to take on at once, but they're actually fairly weak, so no trouble at all to finish this one up. Alright, and finally arriving at the troll village, we have some business to take care of, so let's do just that. All taken care of. Let's go claim our rewards.
The reckoning is at hand.
Check out that new two-handed sword. We should be able to auto-attack things to death a little bit faster now. Alright, we've got one more quest to take care of in Eversong, but before doing so, let's return to Silvermoon City for some retail therapy. And check it out, adventurers. Unteachable is all decked out in a brand new set, all ready for the next step in the journey. Alright, and there it is. Officially, this is the last quest in Eversong Woods completed. So, here we are, the bridge to Ghostlands. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed we've made it this far, so early. I mean, 2 deaths this episode, but honestly, those were just kind of on me playing poorly. Not really due to the challenge being too hard as of yet. I mean, combat is taking longer, but as of right now, it's completely doable. Alright, so taking a look at the slash played in 6 hours and around 5 minutes, honestly, I don't know if that's too bad, but it doesn't sound too bad. Let's go ahead and look at the integrity check, and yeah, looking good there. Doing our best to stay in the confines of the challenge. So, that'll wrap it up for this episode. If you all are enjoying this series, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe so that I know that you're enjoying it and so you can know when the next episode is out. As of right now, I plan to make this a weekly series as much as I possibly can. Speaking of which, I do live stream this series right here on YouTube as well as on my Twitch channel, which I'll link down below. So please tune in on Fridays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time to watch Unteachable's journey live. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. I'll see you all in the next episode, and until next time, adventurers, stay the course.